Welcome to the Stock Group. Today, Saturday, March 12th, 2022. See what the market has done this past week. Let's start with the Dow. Go. So this past week has really been, up and down. Monday and Tuesday were down. Wednesday was up. And then Thursday and Friday was down on the Dow. For the NASDAQ, pretty much the same. End of the week lower, down, up Monday and Wednesday, down Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see we're in this range toward the lows. Let me go back to the Dow. Kind of bring it back. So we're on a daily chart here. So you can see here we're down at this 33,159 on the Dow. So the Dow is the 30 industrial stocks that the index tracks. Then the NASDAQ is tech-related stocks, Apple, Google, Facebook, and all other tech companies. I think it's like 2,000 stocks in the NASDAQ composite. 400 stocks. I forget the actual number. But tech-related specifically, and you can see here, down big Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, I'm saying Monday and Tuesday, kind of down day. But we hit this low here at 1282 on Tuesday. Had a rebound Wednesday and Thursday, but then back again yesterday. Then this is the Russell, our small cap friend. See, Russell's still been getting killed since November, but you can see us in this sideways block here. We're just bouncing between 1923 and 2081, which this block kind of represents here. So we're literally right in the middle of this block. So specifically this week, Thursday and Friday were down. Tuesday and Wednesday were up. Monday was down. So it actually ended the week a little bit higher than what it started on the Dow. On the Russell. And then S&P 500 stocks 500 stocks in that index, and it's really a broad market index, meaning that it's kind of inclusive of these three individual indices that we looked at here. So pretty much again, red candles mean down, blue candles mean up. So down Monday and Tuesday, up Wednesday and Thursday, and then back down. So shucks, ended the week right where it started. And we talked about this 4,300 level. So we see we dropped down below it. We hit this 4165. I guess that was Tuesday. But you can see we're bouncing in between this 4165 and this 43. This 43 is crucial. If we can get back above it, but right now we're below it. Let me turn on the take them off here. Yeah, these like little cloud lines, they're like the SMAs. So you can see we're down under the 8, under the 21. So all of those are trending down. Actually, let me remove this one. Put the other one up 1 second. Sorry. All right. So we see here, we got it's not even showing me the numbers, but I think this 821, 50, 100, and 200. So you can see here on these moving averages, they're just going down here. And you can see here, this again, that 4,300 line is right here. Stop. Sorry about that. So we got the 43 right here. So you can see all these stocks are just really these indices, should I say, just broken down below these moving averages. So we really got to get back above this 43. If we don't hold that 43 there, sorry, wrong two. We don't hold this 43. Then the next line down is 40.60, and we could definitely be in some pain there if we can't hold this 41.60. 41.60, and then below that is 39.78. So if we get back 39.78, you see we go back all the way back here to April 5th. So we really want to, hopefully we can get back above this 43, but so much geopolitical news, Russia, inflation, there's no telling what's going to happen here in the next few weeks. But actually, I want to say, okay, today's the 12th. I believe the FMOC, I believe they supposed to actually raise the interest rates, I believe this week, I think the 15th and 16th. So we should get some action there, but I don't know how much that's going to, move the market one way or another. But because of this Russia situation, it being so fluid right now. All right, so let's look at some of the other names here. Let me hide some of this stuff on this chart so it's not so busy. All right, let me hide the message names as well. Okay, so we can see here Apple hit a high of 168 back on March 22nd, but you can see here we've really been down in Apple. So you can see here Apple is trying to been in this downtrend from 168 and closed yesterday down this 154. And don't know if y'all remember, we talked a lot about this February 24th date here, as well as this January 24th. These are two areas that were really down. So let me go back to the S&P. Let me show you there as well. So this is January 24th, February 24th. So you can see that these are key lines, and this back here was right at that 4,300 level, and we even broke below it on that February 22nd, and we hit it again this Tuesday right here at this 41.59. So on most charts, these two dates are going to be real significant in terms of lows. And you can see here we're approaching, getting close back to them on Apple. Let's look at some else. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon came out with earnings last Friday or so, last Thursday or whatever. And they announced a 20-for-1 stock split. Stock went up pretty good, but you can see here on Tuesday. So actually, no, it must have been. Well, it must have been this week. Okay. So I guess earnings must have come out Wednesday after the bell. So you can see Amazon got a good bump between, make it a little bit bigger. So you can see here, Amazon closed before the earnings at 28.05 and opened up at 29.12 and got up almost to 3,000, but had a big pullback on Friday. So they so 29.33 down to 29.11, so down $25.
Are you planning on buying any of that because of the buyback and the stock split?
I want to see. I would like to, but I done ran out of cash in my other account, so I have to sell something, and I don't know. If I sell something and rotate out of something else and get in it, I may. Let me Let me see something. Let me see when that Amazon split is supposed to take effect, because it's not immediate. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Okay, not only in addition to that 20-for-1 stock split, the board has also announced a $10 billion share buyback. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of darn shares. Let's see, and they're gonna do that over time. They're not gonna do that all at once. But let's see when the shares oppose it. Okay. And no, that's Apple. Come on, when are they saying this is supposed to, when a share split is supposed to take place? Okay, here you go. Distribution of stock split made to shareholders at the close of June 3rd. Trading will begin on a split adjusted basis. So so you don't have to jump in now in order to get that split, the 20-for-1. However, you need to be in it by June 3rd. Now, and the reason why I bring that up, kind of answer your question, Milt. I'm gonna show you another thing. So you just saw there they was talking about Google, right? So if you see here, Google did the split as well back here. So this is February. So they actually, so this was their earning announcement, went from 27.53 and went up to 3,000, right? So like 10%, a little bit more than 10%. But you can see it got caught in all this news and it broke down. And you can see here, we're back below the split price, even before earnings. So earnings was at 27.55 and see we closed here at 25.97. So if this news continues to be bad, we might get a better price on Amazon than what we do now between now and June. So I want to see if it's going to be able to hold this level here. If it could stay kind of in this range, because the bottom of that box is where they announced earnings and got the low during that trading session. And then you can see Friday was down. So if we break below this box, we might get some better prices if news continue to be bad. So you can see here the first support at 27.57, and then next support is at 26.70. So, and let me move this out of the way because we can look at wrong thing. We can look at kind of what the points are. So you got the 27.57 below, and then you can see we touched this. So this is the March 22nd. That's the February 22nd, and this February 24th, and then it's January 24th. So this January 24th here, knowing that's one of the lows. We actually beat it earlier in the week before the earnings came out. So I don't know if we're going to get back down here to this 26.73, but maybe if we can get back somewhere down in here, you might get a better buying opportunity to get those shares between now and June. This is just hope in some respects, because I don't know if it'll pull back. But if news continue to be bad, if news just continue to get worse, I could see this stock pulling back. So again, you may not have to jump the trade on that one in order to try to get it in preparation for that 24 stock split. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. So here's something that got beat up big time. This is Boeing. Remember we talked about Boeing and this kind of range it's been in. So let me unhide these. So let me draw this. So Boeing broke down below this 206 area. So you can see in this area here, Boeing was in this area, broke out above it a couple times right here, couldn't sustain it, broke above again, that support area of 206, couldn't sustain it. Then we broke below this 185. So let's see how far back this 185 goes, right? You can see all these different areas at this 185 that Boeing either has shown support or resistance. So it broke through that support, and you can see as many times as it touched. And then you can see here we got a good bit of choppiness around here from June of 2020, a little bit here in November, but then you see we're all the way back here when we touched it. December 16th, that's that it's January 28th, so 4 days from that 24th date. And then we hit it again on January 25th. And then you see we broke down below it big time this week. So this is so started on looks like last Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So last Friday actually broke down, and then you see we started the week much lower. So I don't know what happened with this news, and I don't know if that was again Russia related or not. But Boeing is really got hammered. So keep an eye on it with these levels. So let's actually see where this stopped at. So you can see here, let's see where this goes to the left. So really just got some chop here at this 168. And then from there, got a little area 157, then 145 below in terms of the support below this. Because just because we draw these support lines on the chart, we know that stocks don't necessarily mean that they're going to stop there. They may pause there, but if there's enough downward momentum, it can go lower. You can see increased volume here too on Boeing on this move to the downside in this past week. You can see these four huge bars that correspond to these candles here, and they're a bit higher than what we saw in recent times. So like if I draw, so you can see here, like the lowest one is right here, and it corresponds to some of the recent highs. So you have to go all the way back here really to that January 31st. Let's look at that. So yeah, January 28th here is that one area, and that volume wasn't even as high as what we've seen this past week. Then you go back to that where's that, February 24th. Yeah, and that February 24th number we got, so on those 2 dates we got volume even higher here in Boeing. So one thing to look for, if Boeing doesn't break below again this 167, 169 area, what you want to look for is just to see if it can continue to go sideways in this range. If it can just trade up and down in this range and hold this 167.54, that may continue to bode well as a base for Boeing. If it breaks below that 164-ish, then we're in this new zone lower. So want to keep an eye on. Let's see. Let's look at some of the banks to see how they fared recently. Whereas Fargo, they've been taking it. Yeah, this news has been killing them as well. So you can see this week, Wells Fargo is down. Let's look at Citigroup. Pretty much the same. Coming to the lows of, come to the support of 53. Yeah, so they've broken down below their recent ones and actually going all the way back to December of 2020. So let's look at JP Morgan again. Yeah, so they're getting another thing is, yeah, they're all these banks are taking it in the shorts. Let's see Morgan Stanley. Yeah, they actually broke below their support level of 83 here and hit it. So yes, the banks are getting killed where they were rocking coming out of January. So you see this 108, 109 high down to 83. You're talking about a 25% pullback. Let's see. So yes, that's like 25% pullback on Morgan Stanley. So banks are in the toilet. We talked a little bit about these. So with this geopolitical news, Russia, this war craziness, commodities have done well. So you can look at these minor, equipment companies, Caterpillar, So Caterpillar is doing well. Continued its run this week. So you can see 194 to 218. Yeah. So Caterpillar. Let's look at Deere. Deere pulled back earlier in the week, but it rebounded good. Actually, it's a nice move in Deere. Last couple of days, up 20 plus points. Man, that's a good move. Because, like I said, the overall market was down Thursday and Friday, and Deere was actually up Thursday and Friday, as well as Caterpillar. Let's look at FCX, Freeport-McMoRan. This is a copper company. So you can see that they've benefited from this geopolitical mess. It kind of entered the week still up, just gave a little bit back on Friday, but up for the week. Let's see. Let's look at oil. Marathon. Yep, Marathon has just been up. You can see that they started this trend back in December and just going up for the week. And it just up barely for the week this week, but doing well. Let's look at Chevron. I can never remember. Is it CX? I can never remember Chevron's ticker. Oh, okay. CVX. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. Look at Chevron. So check this out. Remember we talked about our January 24th. So you see this January 24th date here. And then we had, again, that February 24th. See this here? Where in the indices and a lot of the stocks, those were lows. But you can see here that Chevron has really benefited. And so this is anticipation of this Russia talk and all that crap, because it's been talked about for a while. So between that and just possibly some rotation. But then here, when that news really came out with the invasion, you can see here that off of that February 24th, this is just going up tremendously. So this is crazy move. So if you say, where are we here? So what? This is probably 3 weeks. So you're talking 3 weeks time, up 31%. So Chevron's doing well. Let's see, one more commodity. So a little bit of the oil, copper. Let's see. Trying to think. Oil, copper, other main commodities. I'm drawing a blank right now. Oh, let's look at some of the utilities as well. Let's look at Duke Energy. So you can see utility companies. Duke Energy, they're doing well. I don't know a lot of the energy names offhand. Anybody knows any other energy companies we can take a look at? I just don't remember energy names off the top of my head. It's got Apache. I think it's oil. Yep, oil stock is doing well. So energy, oil, utilities doing well in this environment. Most other stuff suck. Let's look at Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers is a housing stock. So just wanted to look at it. So you can see here, these housing prices are still ridiculously high, but see the stocks here. Toll Brothers. Let's look at Pulte Homes. Yeah, they pulled back from January, so they're in a downtrend for sure. And then let's look at Toll Brothers, Pulte, and look at DR Horton. Yeah, so home builders are down as well. And so this could be a reflection of the opposite way, because wood, iron, copper, aluminum, all those things are necessary, to build a house. So it's much more expensive. So as these prices are going up for those items, the cost for these home builders are actually going up. So that hits their Now they're passing us a lot on to the consumer, so they're not absorbing all of this, but I guess the market is selling it off. So, all right, let me see. Let's look at cell phone company here. This is SBA Communications. They're a cell phone tower company. So you can see here they're off of the highs back in December. So they had a huge rundown. Came out with earnings, got a good earnings boost here, and rebounded pretty good up to this 338, but pulled back this week. So lost about 20 points almost. And competitor of theirs is AMT, American Tower. American Tower is a REIT. I don't know if let me see if SBA is a REIT or not. No, I don't think so, but I know American Tower is. So one of the things with REITs, you got a bunch of different there's like a whole family of categories of REITs. And what a REIT is, it stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. And it's a special designation. And because of a REIT, what they do is they have to distribute a certain amount of their revenues back as dividends to the shareholders. So if we look at their dividend payment history, let's see what this is. So you can see here, they pay $1.39 dividend. Looks like, yeah, they pay it quarterly. So this dividend is pretty good. So you say for the last year, $1.24 times 4 is a little bit better than that. So you're saying what? $2.50, $5. So $5. Take $5 over 433, 430, 533. So pay like a 2% dividend on this stock here. So this is one I've been following a long time. And you can see just we're right in here in this range from 200 to 300 and a little bit below the middle range. So the middle will be right here at 250. So right here at this 234. And, you know, this current area between 253 and 234, you know, we got a little choppiness here. Hit this 226. Let's look at our February 24th, January 24th, February 24th, 28th. So that number here is that 220. So they bounced well off that 220 area for that low of February 24th, whereas that January number wasn't that bad for them, but it did broke. So you can see it broke down below this 234, got its low here, but came back up. So you can see there's definitely much strength in this area from say strength in this area right here. I say anywhere 228 to 239. So that's American Tower. I'll stop there. Any other names you all want to look at? Bueller.
Brenda, what was the energy company that you were looking at?
Oh, oof. Get me trying to recall.
Did you look at Marathon, or was that Vanessa said something about Marathon? Maybe that was Vanessa.
Yeah, no, I got it. I have Exxon.
Exxon, okay.
Yeah, I don't recall thinking about an energy company. I know my mom's got Exelon at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what you're recalling, but I am still playing my gold and silvers. But yeah, I'm not sure your question as far as an energy. I just don't remember.
No, that's fine. Brandon, what are you doing? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Milt. Go ahead.
No, the way you were going sounds good. This would really, this is the one that you were talking about. I think I made a comment about an energy company, and I think you said you had you didn't say you had a better one, but you asked did I like something better.
Let me chew on that and see if I can recall. Jug up some memory.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mike.
Oh no. Y'all go ahead. No, y'all go ahead. No, I was trying to remember as well. Yeah, I don't. But when you said energy, you reminded me of this SM milk. That you talked about. So I can see this broken out of this range here. So, but
hey, good morning, Mike. Oh, my fault. Good
hey,
morning,
how you doing,
Mike.
Barry? No, you good? What's up, bro?
All good. I'll check Neo when you get a chance.
Yes, sir. We'll do. But Milt, I see this SM energy kind of broke out above this box, but you can see it kind of gave it back. I guess that's Tuesday, and back down in this range, this box range here. Couldn't hold this 40, 43 or this 39. So, yeah.
I'm not too worried about any energy company because this R does not have to do anything now. It could just stay here, drop down a little, all above 100. All of them are going to go up.
Let's see, West Texas crude. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so hit 130, back down to 109. Yeah, I heard. Was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday. So he filled up his. Got a big SUV. So it cost him over $100 to fill it up. So I think gas. I think he said it was like four and a quarter. So yeah, gas is crazy. Let's see. Oh, do you have anything else on that, Neil? Before I go to Milk. Before I go to Neil for Barry.
I'm good right now.
Okay, thanks. All right, look at Neo. Yeah, Neo getting killed, Barry. So you can see back down to these. Really? Oh yeah. So this low here of 17, you actually broke it, and you got to go all the way back here to what's this? It's October 2020. And then you think this is where's pandemic lows? Yeah, so pandemic lows here is that's $1. Oh, I ain't really down that far. Okay, so yeah, at the 16, probably the next down area is this 12, and then below it, I will call this 10. Then you got that gap, and then 7. So doesn't look good. They've just been selling this. Now you would think that these EV stocks should get some play, because of these higher oil prices, but they're getting killed. And we look at Tesla. And Tesla got getting killed lately. So let's look at these pivotal dates. 24th. So at Tesla, actually, that 24th date for them was right here, but they actually hit it a little bit lower on the 28th. So I'll do that 28th, January 28th. Then let's go to that February 24th. You see this February 24th here for Tesla is at 700. So it had a nice rebound off of that number, got all the way back up to 880. But you can see here we're in this box, and Tesla really from 880 to 786. So you're talking about $100 range here in Tesla, and it's just going to take some time for interesting. Like I say, the past week. This 780 level, and actually if I extend it out to cover that area, that's good. So you really, this next previous low is 763, and then some more support, 754 ish. Yeah, so 764 and 753 area for Tesla to the downside. So But yeah, let's look at lit. This is a lithium battery and battery ETF. So you can see here that again, going back to November, they just sold this thing off big time. So you can see this downtrend that we're in and hadn't broken. And I broke it a little bit here. So let's see, this is this February 24th number. And you see they actually had a worse back in, March 8th, actually this week. So, yeah, these EV companies are getting killed. Let's see, probably get us support at 68, going back here to June of 2020. So,
Mike,
yes, sir.
On that note, look at LTHM.
Lithium. Oh, LTH. Live Int. Is that?
Yeah,
LTH?
yes, that's the one.
Okay. Well, let me see what they do. I have no idea. Okay, chemicals and specialty.
Lithium, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of tracking. Similar to that bug, but they've gotten a bounce. So you can see here. So they hit this area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see they're definitely got some support around in here. And you can see it confirmed on heavier volume, particularly right here. So yeah, heavy volume, just a little bit above average here. So, and you can see that this was a strong support and resistance area before. So you got a lot of history right there. Now let me turn on this. Let's see where the buyers are. So this indicator just shows where the most of the volume at price. So you got a lot of people in this stock at $23, and that's the where the most shares are being held at, is at 23 over the daily time frame for a year. If I go out to a monthly, we got to go way back to $6, but that takes you way back into April. So at that price, April of 20, well, actually pandemic lows, right? So more recently, again, we're at this 2023 level, and nice bounce off of this 19 level to 23. So it's about 10% move up, and shucks, that happened this week actually. So it's a nice little bounce. Now, one thing on this milk is, if you look at this range that you're in here. So you're really in this box. So if I extend this, let's extend this up. So it's probably, if you just take this as an average. So until it can break and hold above that 25 area, we may just be trending up and down. And even though we're technically in this breakout above that trend, it's probably more based on time versus price. So I would look at this box more than I would necessarily this downtrend line. But this sideways base is good, particularly looking at this area here. So anything probably below 21-ish could be a good entry if you think that it's going to hold this 19. If not, you have to go back and look at really next area below that is probably right here at 16. So that's another, what's that, $4 over 16. So that's another 20% down from there. So yeah, but see what happens. All right. So,
Hold on a minute. I don't know if this is the one you were thinking about, Mill, but I am holding plug, which has been rising this past month.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. This chart looks very similar to what we just talked about in that last one. So we got this base here. You got this this bottom piece that served as the bottom support area. It goes back to a previous point back here in May. And you can see here, it broke down through, touched that previous resistance, came back down, hit it again. So this 23 area. So really, this is really close to that other chart, even in its performance. Got the sideways base pattern, which is good. And I think it's just a couple dollars more than the other one that we just looked at, but it seemed very, very similar. But it has a slightly better uptrend. Because it's broken that major downtrend that they were in versus that other stock had not broken its downtrend, where you can clearly see that it's broken its downtrend here. So if I move this over a bit, so you can see we've broken this downtrend, but still touched this bottom support bar. Let me change the color of that one, purple. So on the purple, this is really the support area, specifically with these two. And again, go back to our trusty January 24th, 28, 24th or 28, somewhere around that week. You can see that's a low. And then we look at the February 24th. So these two areas definitely have served as lows in this stock. So, and you see here to close, above this previous support area of the 23, and you got more of your buyers here. Well, people that have bought this is where most of the volume has gone off. Let me delete this line so you can see the red one. So you can see that red long one going across. That is the it's called VWAP. I think it's volume weighted average price. I think it's what it stands for. And basically just says where is the most shares held at from a volume perspective. Where the most volume at a price, volume and price together. And so it's at this 25.44. So that bodes well too.
But I do have a question for you, Mike. Anybody planning with what is it, corn and wheat because of the stuff going on overseas?
Yeah, I talked about this one, I think, last week. So I don't play the commodities directly. I don't have a commodities account or futures account. But here is a company called Arthur Daniel Midland. It's a industrial farmer. So you can see that they've benefited from that. I'm trying to think. That's the only company I can think of off the top of my head. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know the major farm producing, probably a bad name. Let's see. Henderson's Cargill CH. Okay, I heard of Cargill before. Let's see if what their ticker is. Don't look like they're.
It's okay, Mike. I was just wondering. I just know in some of my news or whatnot, they were saying how a lot of the cooking oils and things like that are starting to run short in some of those countries across the pond and whatnot. So I was just wondering.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it looks like it's tracking that way because and if we just look at the raw commodity prices, this is wheat, So you can see wheat is, actually now pull back pretty good this week. This is probably 25% pullback just this week alone. But prior to that, you can see that run up was huge. So you're saying like an 18% pullback, but off of the lows, we're talking 70%, 75% on wheat. If you look at corn futures, cash, off of the January 14th, talking 33%. So this is all inflation, right? You can see between inflation and geopolitical risk, these commodities have gone up. And so that's when I remember when I was showing earlier the miners, the equipment miners, they got to get this stuff out of the ground, right? So they're a proxy for some of these commodity plays as well. Haven't talked much about the drillers. Trying to remember. I used to know some drillers. Drawing a blank. Let's see. We got Baker Hughes. I know that name. Let's see who else. Transocean. Yeah, let's look at those two. Baker Hughes and Transocean. Rig is Transocean. Yeah, so you can see here they've benefited from this run. So that's what, 26 to $7.50. So it's almost a 50% run up here. What's the other one? Rig. Oh, Baker Hughes. So Baker Hughes. So you can see they got a nice run. Halliburton. Oh, Halliburton's not traded anymore. Oh, there it is. That was 2 L's. Yep. See, they run up. So yeah. So these, so between food, oil, so all the commodities, food, oil, you know what? Let's look at natural gas. And natural gas hadn't done that well. They're kind of chopping up. Actually got a pull back here recently and then bouncing off the lows. But it's still pretty decent. What's that? 80 cents on $4. What is that? I can't do the math that fast in my head. Let's see. That's 23% move. That's still pretty good. So yeah, so all the commodities are definitely going up. And so, that's a lot of what the Fed is using too in their, talk about inflation. But the war has tampered, some of that. Whereas had we not had this Russia conflict, I think the Fed would have been more aggressive. But as Milton stated, he said that he doesn't believe that they're going to do more than 25 basis points. That's pretty much what everybody has factored in this week. So, that's that. Let me see if there's anything else to look at. Look at this, and then we're going to transition to our talk around the for the homework, where we talk about those videos last week. So let's look at this family of stuff. So you can see it. This is Square digital payment, really sideways, up to sideways. Came out with earnings, got the earnings bump, pulled back hard. So again, thinking about our earlier discussion with Amazon, we want to see Amazon pull back in too if the news continues in the world to be negative, that it may be able to get out. And because you can see this is what happened here to Square. They got a good bump up to the 130 areas off the earnings news, but gave that back. So you're talking a 20-some%, almost 30% pullback. Off great earnings, but the news was just too negative to sustain it. PayPal getting killed too. I think it's in the low hundreds. PYPL. Yeah, 96 actually. But they got hurt on earnings. So they had bad earnings, and then they just continued their descent lower. You got to go all the way back to, wow. Got to go all the way back here to this pandemic lows. area for PayPal. It's crazy. So they're getting killed. Let's look at Visa and MasterCard, and we'll be finished with this. Visa and MasterCard, they were doing really well off of this low. We talked about this in December when they was getting, so they got killed with everything else out of this rotation, right? From August, November, whatever. But actually right here, I'm sorry. This November pulled back down. They got killed, came down to this 305, but then they ran nicely up from this 305 to, and they detached kind of from Square and PayPal and got a nice run. So you can see here this run from December 1st to, what is that? January 22nd. Then, so here's our infamous January 24th. Let's note that one. Was it January? Yeah, January 24th right here. Came back to support. So they gave up that 380 all the way back down to 320. So you're talking 20%. So it's 20% move to the downside. Got hit again. Here's our February 24th. That wasn't their lowest. Actually, this week was their lowest. So they fell out of bed, broke through this 330, through this 324, and you see came all the way back. What is that? Tuesday, and you see this 305 that corresponds back to where we started this whole reversal back in December. So this is a crazy trading range here on crazy trading range here on MasterCard. So you're saying up. So if we measure this out, it's crazy because I remember this. So that was a 24% move down to a, 24% move up to a 13% move down to another 20% move up to a 23% move down. I mean, these are major. I mean, these are what people would, die for. Moves within a year that's happened 3 times within, a month. And this is a major stock. It's not one of these, smaller growth small caps, but this is a mature company with multi-billion-dollar company and brand, and they're moving in that. So you can see this volatility is tremendous. Let's look at Visa as comparison. Pretty much same chart, same thing. Look at this week. So Visa, So I need to make a note for myself on those two. So let's see. All right, so look at Visa, MasterCard, and what was that other one? I think let's look at Deere and Cat. All right, so any other things before we transition to our other part of the conversation? Yes.
I'm interested in how everyone is trading for the week or investing for the week.
Yeah, I'll let y'all go out. I'll answer last. Don't be shy. Step right up to the mic.
What you say, Milton? You said, did anyone invest this week?
Trading or investing. I like to separate those two.
Oh yeah, I traded. Oh man, Tuesday was crazy. So I think I had traded maybe $5,000 or whatever, and it went up. I mean, the SP 500. I mean, what was down 500 points or whatever. By the end of the day, it went negative. It was just. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it was on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at the Tuesday bar here. I'll highlight it for you, Barry. Yeah.
I mean, everything went up. Like it just started going up. So you just thinking like, yo, the whole day is gonna be great. And all of a sudden, around 4:00, everything just started turning red. I was like, oh my god. But you definitely got to put these on stops in. So luckily, I put some stops in. But it went down bad. All I can say is just cost averaging. I'm just nibbling a little bit. That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brand, what you doing?
Actually, I just been looking, to be honest with you. Been refocusing on trying to plant some spring seeds, to be honest with you. So I'm just doing a little bit of research. I had started thinking about
Was that an analogy, or was that
no, real. Yeah.
Real? Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, we
got
to prepare for our spring planting season at the farm. So I got to get my seedlings going. So
okay,
I've been distracted this week. I'll be honest with you.
No. That's good. That's good. I thought, but when you said planting seeds, I thought you meant you were just nibbling in some of the stocks, and I was like, I don't know if she's talking about the farm or not. Let me get some clarity here.
No, real seeds, right?
Real seeds. What are y'all planning?
We'll do some watermelon cantaloupe like we normally do, even though we've been feeding the armadillos and the raccoons. So we got to bring up some better fencing so that they don't keep killing our crops.
Okay.
But I've also been debating on actually doing some mushrooms, and my season for greens are already over, so because it's getting hot.
Okay. Cool. All right. I know Andre, he and I, we still, I know he's still in that Fubo. So no, I don't think he's doing much else other than that Fubo. Let me see who else. So we had Barry, Brand. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'll go. So a buddy of mine I touched base with a few weeks back. He's has been getting into the day trading, so I've been trying to transition to that, and it's just a different animal. So I've been trying to day trade Tesla, but I haven't been doing that well with it. But I'm trying to cut my teeth over there just in terms of some of this day trading stuff. So a lot of information, fast pace, and not much good results right now, but that just could be because I'm just trying to get myself oriented.
Right. Quick question: are you doing options or are you doing just long? You doing options? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oof.
Right.
You like I say, Tesla. I like doing Tesla. It can make some big moves, and you can make some money, but woof, you can also lose a lot.
Yeah. So we jumped in. So he's telling me about this one play, and he was explaining to me, and I jumped into it. He's like, "Man, no, I didn't tell you to buy that," and I didn't immediately sell it. And man, I got my hat handed to me. That was last week. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And so I fought back a little bit, made a little bit back, but and I was like, I can't do that no more. So I changed up the strategy a bit, and I'm just trying to figure it out. But it's a whole new world for me over there, man. It's insane. But
it is. Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to learn and try to stay solvent. While I learn, hopefully I don't go broke in the process.
Right.
But yeah, it's a different animal completely. But yeah, we can talk some more about the details on that day trading if you want, Barry. So that's pretty much it. Now I will say, now in my long-term portfolio, I showed y'all that Boeing. I did pick up some of that Boeing down in this move down. I did buy some here. I think Boeing, once we come to some conclusion over this war deal, Boeing get through some of this legal stuff with these. I think some more bad legal news came out with them, with a couple of those flights that have gone down. And, so I want to hold Boeing at least back to this 206, 220 level. So I'm just going to sit on what I have there. I got that Google I told you all about. I jumped that Google trade for that stock split. I was early. I should have waited because I could have got much better prices, as you see here. So that would be my caution to you all if y'all trying to play that Amazon to see if it's going to pull back. But same thing, 20-for-1 split, same deal like it was. So let's see what else. I did not, and I probably should. I don't know if you all know, Apple came out with had a new product release on some new machines and stuff this past week. But I think the political turmoil, kind of muted that. So again, our January 24th, 25th. So might want to look at some Apple. I'm about out of money, so I'm gonna have to sell something, either rotate into Apple or the Amazon. But definitely, and what I probably need to do is, sell some of my lesser companies and rotate. And that's one of the things too. If you got some stuff, and this is so, I'm just say this for the purpose of education. When things are getting killed and beat up the way that they are, you may be holding some of these high flyers, some of these growth stocks, higher PE. But if you get an opportunity possibly to rotate out of some of those losers into better companies, you just have to figure out if that's what, if that's a strategy you want to rotate into. But, it may be worth considering. So I'll just leave it there on that. So Apple definitely is a consideration. Google was for me as well. What else did I pick up? I think that's pretty much it in terms of what I bought. And I tell you what, I did buy one of those small penny stock I've been following for years. Texas Mineral Resources. So this is a company that they have this has been it's probably for the last decade. They've been, so in Texas, there's this huge mineral deposit area that they found, and it's in, I forget exactly where it is in Texas. So they've discovered a bunch of rare earths, and what they're doing is trying to get all the permitting and everything squared away in order to bring that project online and start mining and doing things with rare earths. So for those that don't know, rare earths are a bunch of minerals in a periodic table and so when it's rare, it's meaning that they're not as common as some of the other minerals that you get out of the ground, but they're very strategic in terms that they're used in electronics, military equipment, and the EV business, batteries and stuff like that. So there's certain minerals in there. So when we think about, number one, the run in the commodities is not reflected particularly in the stock. So let me see some of the rare earths. Let me see what some of the bigger rare earths companies are for that. All right, so MP Materials, I do know that one. Let's see. So MP, UUU. All right, let's see. So let's look at this. So there's I didn't realize there's a rare earth ETF. So let's look at that one. REMX. Let's see what their holdings are. Trying to see what the may have to go to the see if we can find that. REMX. Okay. So anytime if you're looking at a ETF and you want to see the companies that the ETF holds, you can find it. You know, if you put it in and figure out, you know, which ETF that is, then you should be able to get to the holdings part here. It's telling me a number of holdings, but it doesn't show me the, okay. So this is not the actual company page. So let me go out here. It says fund homepage. Should take me here. Now if I go to the holdings. Come on, man. Yeah, I agree. Thank you. So now I can look at some of the actual holdings. So it looks like some foreign stuff. So I can see MP Materials. I'll look that one up. I'm trying to see some other names I recognize. Linus, I did see that one earlier, but it looks like it's Australian. Looks like a lot of these are out of Australia. So not much US holdings there. So let's just go look at the MP. MP Materials. Okay. Oh, it's weekly. It's like that chart looks crazy. So you can see they're just in this range. So not much data on that one. Let's see if I just pull up that REMX. Oh, let me see something. MP. Oh, let's try this one here. All right, there we go. So you can see here off of the lows of October. So just use this as a proxy. So you're talking up. So up 50% off of the lows. And let's see what the recent lows. Let's use our trusty. Let's see, February. So we're up, still up 36% in February. So kind of using that and going back to this, hadn't nearly participated as much in this run. So we got a little run. Well, take that back. But that's going back to December. So we did get a little run, but it was early in December. So if you look from February, though, compared to what we just saw, it's just sideways, and we're actually down from the highs 10%. So this is just one that I'm looking at. Again, it's not an endorsement. It's just more information. So I bought a little bit of this just in case if we can get back to some of these previous highs. So if we can get back to previous highs back in October and as recently as January, talking 27% move. So that's pretty much what I was doing there. So I think it's kind of round us all out, Milt, in terms of what we've been doing recently. Let's see. Hey, Deke. All right. So did you want to continue on with that, Milton, just in terms of now that everybody kind of talked about what they've done?
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to see how people are treating this market, you know, with the headline risk we have. And let me tell you, you guys are bold to be trading Tesla like that. Whoa, that stock. I did a trade in Tesla. It went against me. I think, I'm trying to remember what it was. I forgot what the option was, but it went bad in a hurry. Yeah. So I leave that thing alone. It is so volatile.
Yeah, it is. And kind of when I got my hat handed to me last week, I was just trading single calls, and I couldn't so number one, the range. So if you look at anytime you want to look at a stock and you want to say, hey, what is it? What's the range in a day, right? That it can move. You can go out here to FinViz. There are probably other places you can find it, but it's just one I know. So if you go here, you put the ticker symbol in, and then you come down here to these. You got a bunch of statistics. The one you want to look for here is ATR. It's called average true range. So it tells you how much up or down this stock can go in a day. So $49 in a day. And that can be, and it doesn't have to go the whole 49, but again, it just gives you a range of how much volatility is in that stock at that price. So a $49 move on a, what is it trading at? $795 stock, right? So, that thing can go up and down a lot. And then when you're playing with options, you've got leverage there. And so those moves can be pretty brutal. So I'm doing spreads on them now versus just doing one-sided, because one-sided I couldn't make my stops wide enough before they was just taken out, and you just literally throwing money in a hole and they just come get it. It was crazy. So yeah, I feel your pain on that Tesla.
You gotta tell me more about those spreads. How you do it? So basically, you betting on both sides.
Yeah. So like when you sell and any of you that I know I put this in before, but if you want to learn options and spreads is within here, Barry, I'll put this link in the chat. Take this course. It's free. You just sign up for it, but it's free. Go through it. It's a lot of really, really good information. And I tell anybody, do not trade options without taking this course. If you don't have any experience with options, don't trade them. Don't trade them. It's just that simple. And even if you have experience, you can still, if you don't completely know what you're doing, you can get killed quickly. Quickly. Let me get this in the chat. But yeah. So I just put that in the chat, so everybody should be able to pull that one up. Yeah. Let's see. So going back. So yeah, Melt, you were saying on the Tesla, yeah, buyer beware or trader beware. What else were you doing?
Oh, the reason I was playing that is their factory opening. I thought that was going to shoot the stock up. Foolish me.
Oh yeah, it's just this volatility. I think until we get out of this geopolitical stuff and this interest rate stuff, I think we just gonna be chopping around. I mean, we just had some, So one thing to look at is, we really hadn't talked much about this, but this is your fear indicator. It's called the VIX. And so normal times when things are calm, you want to see the VIX down in the low teens, maybe even, so you can see here when things were normal back in from June to February. And that's actually last year. That's 2020. Hold on. So this goes back 17 to 20. A low was like 12, but you could see February 20. Okay, so this is pandemic low here. So just trying to get out of that. So let's see. So coming out of the pandemic, say from July 20th to, what is that? April of 21, some of the lows are in the 19s. But you can see here recently we had a couple points. So let me draw a couple of these. So this area, that's from November to December, dropped back down. And then the second part kind of came in here, February. And then you can see here, then this is the Russia crap. And so back here, so you're talking 34 on the high, 38 on the high, 38. And then we're right now where we are, we're at 30. So that fear index is huge. Because of this, volatility is going to be higher. And that's what this is a volatility indicator for the S&P 500. They just call it the VIX, is what it's referred to. When you have this, you're going to have a bunch of choppiness in the market until we can kind of stabilize back down to some of these lower 20s, high teens. Is going to be choppy. So that's just kind of where we are. And you can see here, just putting all that into context, this is a pandemic. So you can see at the pandemic, we were even 85-ish. We're at the 30s. So, you're talking 2.5 times more volatility then than we are now. but this is still pretty brutal as well, because if you go back, we're still in this. I'm gonna take that part, but if you go here, these are some of the highs that has been in the last 2.5 years, and we're right in the midst of that. So we're literally dead even from that 20 to 40 number, right at 30. So still on the high end volatility, because again, what's normal is this 12 to 8 to 12 is what's normal. So you take 12 on the high side, we're twice as high volatility wise. So, and even a little bit more than that, like 2.5, because 2 would be 24. So you can go another half of that. So 2.5 times at this 30 level. So, anything else on that, Milk?
No, that's basically what I was looking at. Cause it's sort of like this is the time of year where you normally see stocks started to, behave a lot better than they're doing now.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I mean, I think this, I was really looking for March to be some point where we can get some closure with these interest rates, but all bets are off now with this conflict. So until we figure out what's going to happen there, I think this volatility is going to be around and could get worse depending upon how crazy this thing gets in. Because if we get pulled into this conflict directly, I don't know what's going to happen there. We're going to have much bigger problems than figuring out what's going on with our money.